So, Rebe Galaxy Outlaw just got announced. By now, I mean 3 days ago, but let's not get focused on such minor details. Let's focus on the good stuff. And the good stuff is the footage that got released from a few gaming news websites and Double Damage games themselves. I'll go over this footage and the screenshots from the website, and of course, the gameplay. But let's first talk about the story that will be presented to us in this title. But that time, I mean Rebel Galaxy Outlaw, of course. First off, it's a pre-sequel to Rebel Galaxy, and the main character will be Juno Markev. She also changed her name for some reason from the first game, and I don't exactly remember her previous name, but who cares though. In the previous title, Juno was the character that started the events of Rebel Galaxy, finding the Spectre and passing it to Orzo, this guy, again in the hands of the Double Jacks later. If you haven't played it, spoilers, you should. The first sector in the game is basically us busting Juno out of space prison and getting betrayed by Sandor. Everybody saw this coming. Who's also in this game. We can see him in the PSA prepared by Double Damage. Seems like they love this little backstabbing bastard. I hope we can see Orzo in the game too, because in the game he talks about going with Juno on like space adventures in her younger days, so let's see about that. But back on track. Juno's husband, and here's some quotation from their website, was murdered on what should have been a simple shipping run. She's on the trail of the guy that did it. You can also see him in the review trail. There should be a picture that I'm pulling out right now. The trail is probably set just before when we were Outlaw, we were started. Also, the main bad guy survived a fucking revolver round in the head, so maybe he's cybernetic or something, I don't know, we'll find out. So, let's move on to the segment that I actually know something about, and that's the gameplay. Remember the gameplay in Rebel Galaxy? Yeah, I remember. It was something very different for a space game, and it had depth despite being on a 2D plane. You had to keep track of a lot of things, like other fighters that can rape your shields in a couple of seconds. Oh, you play as a fighter this time, should probably mention that. So, you play as a fighter, and that changes a lot. But as we see, a couple of elements from Rebel Galaxy are still in this title, and the first thing we'll look into are our upgrades, and the different weapons you can choose from in this title. We'll look into all the stuff you can do on stations too. Quoting from their website: white hot energy weapons, greasy machine guns, magnetic mines, bolt-on firepower that suits your style, install new power plants, trick out your afterburners, add countermeasures, radar, and a few bumper stickers to your dash. Adjust your power allocation before you head into the fray. There's plenty of kit to try out and customize your route just the way you like it. And as we can see from this screenshot, we can do exactly that, just like in the previous title. We can see an autocannon tracer, I don't exactly know what that means, a mini torpedo launcher, mass driver, that sounds pretty fucking good, a utility laser, probably a balanced mining laser, and that's all we can see on the screenshot. Focusing on the stats of this autocannon, we can see a lot of details from Rebel Galaxy made into this game, like the damage per second stat, damage, range, speed, reloading time, shield penetration and hole penetration. We have two things that are new. It's aim assist and energy use. I'm betting you will have weapons in which you will need to lead your targets, like in Elite, Dangerous. You have fixed weapons, and weapons that will automatically aim at your target. You also see the energy use stat. In this particular weapon, it's 0 gigajoules. Our ships will have power plants. It's mentioned on their website. Energy weapons will probably drain a lot of energy than projectile-based weapons, but I don't see ammo mentioned anywhere. We'll see on Thursday. I hope the balancing will be better. Damn mining lasers were too strong double damage. Rocket launchers will have ammo. It's been like that in Rebel Galaxy, and I expect it to happen for balancing and resource management. Moving on to ships. Footage taken from GameSpot. Don't strike me, please. You can see some details that move on from Rebel Galaxy, like class, speed, maneuverability. I'll expand on this. hold size, turrets. We also see new stuff like hardpoints, and there are two types of them: missile hardpoints and weapon hardpoints. I don't know if you'll be able to upgrade them, but I bet they only change with ships. The Coyote looks like a medium or endgame ship, but we will probably see more of them in the game as we progress. We can also see a trading ship, Durston, the Platypus, also a training ship. Why does it cost more than the Durston? And the Sandhawk. I bet it's a starting ship or a fighter in the early game. Also mentioning trading, it didn't change much from the first game. It didn't even need to. It was fucking fantastic. So it's very good news for all of us space trucking lovers. Still staying on the station because I'll talk about the bar. The bar in the first game was sort of a place you could hire mercenaries, look at the news tab that you never use anyway if you run the trader, get a bounty mission, and leave, since the tips the bartender gave you were kinda useless. I'm very glad they expanded on this aspect, because it was very underdeveloped in the first game. It looks like he can offer Fridays, this probably means escort missions, and tell you news. In the gameplay he tells you about the stash, and tell you about the local market. I think the news screen is gone, but I may be wrong. It's in the bar you can also play A-ball, like dice, what does that mean, and slots, to fulfill your dreams about losing your hard-earned cash, but in space. When our character Juno steps out of the bar, we can see a buckshot bar, which, as for, will probably appear in the in-game radios.
Howdy, folks! Bucky the Buckshot's Armadillo here. Where do you go to get mouth-watering home-style chicken fried armadillo just the way Nana used to make it? Why, Buckshots, of course. We use only the finest dillo cuts from farm-fresh critters raised on our company farm on Lubbock. But the real secret is the seasoning. People say to me, don't you find it a little disturbing to advocate the ingestion of your own species? The answer is, when it's this delicious, of course not. Drop into one of our many convenient locations throughout the Dodge system and pick up a 16-piece bucket or a Dillo Witch. Remember, it's a sure shot at Buckshots.
Yes, this game has radios with 20 hours of music though. The previous game had about an hour or two of music. I'm very happy about that. You can also see a narco cola vendor, which is apparently legal. How much didn't change in 33 years? We're blasting off to space, with a lot of navigations telling us to blast off, unlike the minor touches. It seems like this game will have a lot of them. On the cockpit we can see a lot of stuff I want to talk about. On the left we have our force shield system that was present in the first game. It also looks like your systems get damaged, but this time you see it on the actual cockpit and you will need to go to a different menu to see it. There's a booster meter, a speedometer, radar, target screen for static targets like stations, waypoints, enemies, and the UI on the cockpit for targeting. We can also see the buckshot mascot on the top right. We can divert our power to our engines, weapons and shields Elite Dangerous style. There's also the current radio station name, in this case Stinger SSR, and a lot of icon panels. I suspect one of them is a system map, a screenshot mode, targeting options, power options, and that's all I can make out of it. After the player in the footage jumped to the target waypoint using auto travel. Wait, there's no warp anymore? Oh. Also, the pulse option from the original is replaced with the scan option. I bet you'll be able to upgrade it this time. As we can see, the player got into a combat situation and started blasting at a pirate ship, which shields got melted in a short time, got hit in a central module and exploded into a million of pieces. It looks like the merchant ship contacted Juno asking for help, using the same exact voice line from the first game. When we're on the topic of nitpicking, it looks like the player can tractor Coca-Cola, which is contraband. Then why is there a vendor station if it's illegal? No worries, they'll probably fix that. Before the 60-minute but it's 250 footage cuts out, we can see a damage log because the player got a banner on his back. The end. Oh, I almost forgot something. You can land on planetary outposts. Here's some screenshots. The gameplay trailer is coming out tomorrow or today. It depends on when I upload this video. So expect me to make a video about that too. On Thursday, 1 hour footage stream. I'm really waiting for that.